Hey guys, welcome to my first update video. We're going to be looking at World Ship Simulator. They've just released their latest update a couple of days ago. So going to look at some of the stuff that they've done. Didn't really go through all of it because it wasn't really anything interesting, to be honest. They've looked at the way the mooring works, looked at the way the warp speed, like to speed up time, because I'm having problems with when you slowed down and it all sort of got all weird. Just ironing out some of the bugs, really, nothing really exciting, just trying to make the game work. But what was interesting, well, what I found interesting, is that they're working on workshop modding, so you can mod boats in, and they're working on 4 new ships that they're going to introduce into the game, which I found really weird. I mean, look at the UI for instance. Look at this hovercraft in a cargo port just doing circles behind a container ship that's reversing. I mean, for anyone who has experience enough to drive a hovercraft, they're not going to do that. It's a simulator, and it happens again later in this video. You see another boat doing 360s or something. It frustrates me when game developers are working on adding new ship models and modding abilities to the game, but then the base of the game hasn't even been finished yet. They haven't even worked out the bugs. Like, I mean, my laptop's not great. I'm not saying that I've got the good system, but I mean, I can play Grand Theft Auto 5, and I know that's like a AAA title, and it runs okay. It certainly runs a lot better than this. A lot of games run better than this. This is just so choppy. My frame rates are just terrible, and I know it's raining and I'm in the port and there's lots of stuff going on. But you think once I got out into the open water and there was less going on around me that the frame rates would come right, but it doesn't. It's just the optimization is still. Surely it could be better. I mean, I don't know a lot about game developing and how they build the games, but I don't know. Surely it could be better than this. I just don't understand why. Because I was so excited. Like, they haven't really had like a tycoon sort of career ship game, because I started off first with Flight Simulator, and that didn't really have the options. It had a few missions, and then there's some add-ons they added to it, like Air Hauler, and that was great because it actually give you options and missions and sort of gave purpose to the game, which a lot of the shipping simulators didn't have. It was just a series of missions that you did, and then once you finished them, that was it. There's nothing else for you to do. And then the European Truck Simulator came out, and that was great. I absolutely loved European Truck Simulator, still do. And now American Truck Simulator, love to get my hands on that game. Definitely gonna keep an eye out for when it comes on sale. I would buy it at full price, but I just can't afford to at the moment. And then this came out, and then European Ship Simulator came out, and that was just going to be another just look at me showpiece, what it could do. It had a couple of missions. You'd play it for 20 hours, and then you'd run out of things to do, and that would be it. But anyway, that all turned to shit, and then they came out with this, and this had the missions, and you could do all the different pieces in it, and had a real life, well, I thought would be real life to the game. But I honestly believe that European Ship Simulator, like the controls and the way you handle the boat, was a lot better than this. Like, these controls are so clunky. The binding for what keys you can use. I use my Logitech 310 gamepad because it's the only thing I've got for all my games. And what I would like to be able to do is assign each engine individually. So when I'm in the port, I can control the engines individually, and then have a button that you could lock out so that you could use the engines together when you're out steaming on the open ocean. Because this just having to use the mouse and trying to use the controls is just so clunky. It just really frustrates me. I just can't do it. And then when you try to use your bow thrusters, and they sort of go on full power, and the boat just swings wildly, and just the way the ship feels and the way the ship sits in the water. Like, there's just so much more that could be done with it. It just it just doesn't feel right. I mean, it felt European Ship Simulator felt a lot better in that aspect. I mean, I do like this mooring thing, but then again, the way the controls are, I can't really utilize it. And I don't understand the purpose of this interactive first person go around the office things. I think it's just a waste of time, especially at this point of the game that the developers are spending so much time, or they have spent so much time working on this interactive thing. It doesn't add anything to the game for me. It just draws things out, and I mean, it doesn't even look that great. It's not. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, what I would rather see is you be able to walk around the ports. So when you got off your boat and you could walk around on the dock and look at the boat and look at other boats, and then just have a window, a job window you could go into. So even here now, looking at it, clear weather, there's no other AI boats around or anything, and it's still choppy as shit. Yeah. I mean, as for the update, there hasn't been much more. I haven't noticed any difference personally with the things I've updated to what's now. It just seems to be the same. And the things that I'm frustrated with haven't been fixed. So I mean, it's all about me and what I want. But the things that personally are important to me in this game are still shit, and they're working on things that don't really matter to me, which is very frustrating. Just in these controls of the boats are just don't get it. Just the rudder sort of turns and then it's coming around nicely, and at the last little bit it sort of flicks the boat round, and the control with the rudder indicator, and it just doesn't feel very linear. And you got this weird AI guy who just walks around in circles. I mean, if he was on my boat, he'd be bloody first one to get off on the port. And I don't know, it's just, I guess I'm just really frustrated and really disappointed because I was expecting so much from this game, and I guess I got my hopes up that it was going to be something, and I guess I guess it comes down to is I want this game to be something that it's not. Look, there it goes again. I just walking around in circles. I know they wanted to make it more interactive and have, you know, people on your boat so it didn't feel like a ghost ship, but that doesn't fix the problem, having that guy just walk around and clip through you all the time. And here's another one. Look at this guy. Turned around and now he's going back into the port. Okay, and now I've just cut a little bit out there, so I've caught up behind him, jump on the brakes, then this giant ship just stops instantly. Amazing ability. And then coming in, once again, this boat has amazing pickup. Like, there's just no wind up in the turbos in this boat or anything. This guy just spins around on the spot in the middle of the opening to the port like a true winner. And now what's he doing? I don't know, just flicking around. And then crashes into the side of me. Like, really? Like, before you add more ships, don't you want to make the ships in the game work? I don't know. And then he jumps off and he respawns over there. Alright. I just don't get it. I don't know, I just see that as more of an issue than adding modding to the game. Right, coming up to dock, just to start the mission. We've already got a massive amount of damage on this boat, just by trying to maneuver it, and the stupid AI boats that keep crashing into me. And once again, these clunky controls that I can't even maneuver. I can't even line the boat up to bring it into port. And then, I'm just getting frustrated with it. And this stupid bow thruster, which I cannot control at all. Oh, and look at it now, the boat bloody going back the other way. I can't even bring myself to finish the mission. I'm sorry guys, we'll see you when there's a new update, and hopefully there's something more to report then.